Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to make a rose. I had so much fun creating this pattern, and you can do it in various sizes, and today I'm going to do it in a very small size so you can see the difference. So this rose was created using Hobbycraft's knit blend, and it is a double knit, and I used a pink and a coral. This rose was created using Hobbycraft's knit blend in white in the double knit, and a Patterns 4-ply for the outer edge. So for these two large roses I used a 4mm crochet hook for the main body of the flower, and I used a 3mm hook for the very tip. And for this rose I used a 3.5mm crochet hook for the main body, and I used a 3 for the very tip, which you can't actually see on in this rose. Obviously in certain lights you'll be able to see the difference, but the main body I actually did in 3 different colours for this one. I did the body of it in Katia Panama, which is doesn't actually say what type of knit it is, but I would take that this one is also a 4-ply. And I then used the same yarn in red for the petals, and I finished it off with a 3-ply and the smaller needle. So really you can do it in any colour you want, any yarn size you would like, with the appropriate hook. If you want to pull in the petals like I do, then use a slightly smaller crochet hook for the very tip. So the other things that you're going to need for this project are a pair of scissors and a yarn needle. Need it to be appropriate for the yarn that you're using, so if you're using the double knit then a large eye is required. If you're using the smaller, then again a smaller needle would be absolutely fine. Okay, so today I'm going to be using just the 2 colours of yarn to make it stand out easier for you, but I will explain on the video how you can, where you need to change your yarn over if you want to create the base, the petal and then the tip. For this video I'm going to be doing the smaller of the roses. It's a lot easier to do, and I'm going to be using Patterns 4-ply in black as the body, and I'm going to be using a just some leftover double knit which I got cheap from the local factory shop, which has got a glitter through it, which I think will look lovely on the tips. I'm going to be using a 3mm crochet hook, but obviously if you're using a double knit for the main body I would suggest that you use a 4 or a 3.5. You will need a pair of scissors to snip your ends, and you'll need a yarn needle appropriate for the yarn that you're using. Okay, so what we need to do to start off with is create a slip knot. So take your hook, wrap the yarn around your fingers, pull up a loop and tighten it. And then we're going to chain 63. Now remember, this is for the smaller rose, this is 63. If you'd like to have a go at doing the larger rose, you will need to chain 81 to begin with. And obviously you can make it any size you want. I would recommend that you begin by doing one of these that I've suggested, but it needs to be multiples of 3. plus 6 more for this beginning petal that we do. So to chain, you yarn over and pull the yarn through the loop, and then yarn over and pull the yarn through the loop, and you need to do that 63 times, and then I'll meet you back here. Okay, so I've created my 63 chains, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to work into the 6th chain from the hook. Now obviously this is the same if you started off with 81 stitches, 81 chains, or any other variation of the 3 plus 6. So we're going to count back 1, not the one on your hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to work into the 6th chain from the hook, a treble crochet. That is a treble in the UK, which is a double in the US. So insert your hook, and I like to insert it over 2 of the loops, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, so that is the first start. And then we're going to chain 1, so yarn over and pull through the loop, and then we're going to skip 2 chains. So not the one that we're in here. We're going to count 1, 2, and we're going to go into the 3rd chain from the hook, and we're going to yarn over and do a treble UK, it's a double in the US, into the 3rd chain from the hook, and again I like to go through 2 loops of the chain. So yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, and then we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to do another treble into the same chain. So yarn over, insert your hook into the chain. It's a little bit tricky doing it in black. Yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So you can see we've just created a V. Then we're going to chain 1, and this pattern repeats now. And we're going to count 3 stitches from the hook, or from this one that we've just created. So 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go into that one, so we've skipped 2, and we're going to create our next treble crochet, which is double in the US. Yarn over and pull through, yarn over and go through 2, yarn over and go through 2. Okay, then we are going to chain 2, and we're going to do another treble, that's a UK double, into the same stitch. It's the next V. Then we're going to chain 1, we're going to skip 2 chains and go into the 3rd and do another treble. Then we're going to chain 2, and we're going to do another treble into that same stitch, US double, UK treble. Okay, and we're going to do this. So the repeating pattern all the way across is after a V, you chain 1, you skip 2 stitches, and you treble crochet into the 3rd chain from the hook. Trust me to use black on the camera, leaning over my iPad with poor lighting. I'm sure you'll find this much easier to do in the colour and the lighting that you are without stretching over an iPad. So you chain 1 and you skip 2 and you treble crochet into the 3rd chain from the hook, or double crochet if you're in the US, and you chain 2 and you treble crochet or double crochet in the US, treble crochet UK into the same stitch, then we revert back to chain 1, skip 2, treble crochet, chain 2, treble crochet into the same stitch. Do it a few more times. So chain 1, skip 2, treble crochet, chain 2, treble crochet in the same stitch, chain 1, skip 2, treble crochet, third chain from the hook, chain 2, treble crochet into the same stitch, chain 1, skip 2, insert yarn over and insert your hook into the third, yarn over and pull through and do a treble. Need some more yarn, chain 2, yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch and do another treble, chain 1, skip 2, go into the third, complete the treble, US double, chain 2, do another treble into the same stitch, and there we go. So complete the rest of the chains by chaining 1, skipping 2, treble crochet, chain 2, treble crochet into the same, chain 1, skip 2, treble crochet into the third, all the way along, and I'll meet you back here in a minute.